creating wealth, freedom, and security using real estate investing. This is Get Real Wealthy.
You're watching Get Real Wealthy. On this episode, we're going to talk about creative strategies to help you buy your first rental property if you own a house. This is really a little out of the box. Sometimes you may not have heard about these strategies before, but let's get right into it here. Okay, number one, home financing. Using your home equity line of credit to borrow against the equity in order to purchase the new property. Any of the line of credit that you use, that principal that you use to pay down the principal on the new rental property, the interest on that is tax deductible. Okay, so that is actually an expense as part of your rental property. So take advantage of that. You can use your HELOC and use that for principal and then be able to continue to own that new rental property. Okay, number two, and this one is again a little bit out of the box. You can rent out your existing property and buy a new primary residence, and then that way you can usually lower your down payment. Now, you have to figure out if this will work with CMHC or not, and it usually there has to do with a lot of timing, but sometimes you can take advantage of buying a second primary residence and putting 5% down. Just make sure that you're being honest about what you're doing and how you're doing it. But renting out your primary residence and then going and buying a new primary residence. Okay? Number three, using second mortgages to access the equity from the primary house. Especially if you're locked into a 5-year mortgage, you're not able to access the equity, you can use a second mortgage to help with the down payment on the rental property. If you want to learn more about that, go back to episode where we talked about the 5 mortgage traps relating to real estate investors. Okay, so that's another way to be able to access that equity in your primary residence. Number 4, using cross-securitized lenders. I know it sounds challenging, but really what we're doing is we're using the equity from your house as the down payment on the rental property by securitizing a second position mortgage on the property with the first mortgage on the rental property. So you're basically what's called cross-securitizing, taking the equity, using it as the down payment. The money really never comes to your hands. It's just cross-securitizing so that the overall loan to value perhaps is lower than 8% on the both properties combined. Okay, maybe a little bit lower than that. But that's a tool that not many people know about and talk about, but it's something that you can use. All right, number 5. Just refinance your house. Instead of getting a HELOC, just increase the mortgage on your house. And especially when mortgage rules change, the best thing to be able to do is to increase that mortgage to, and I know it's counterintuitive, to a higher amount in order for you to access that equity, because remember, that equity from your primary residence, it's not taxed, it's not a capital gain, because in Canada, your primary residence isn't taxable. So you can grab that equity, use it, and put it down on your rental property. Okay? Number 6, use joint ventures. If you're looking into joint ventures, take a look at the Scaling Up Toolbox book. It's only available on jointventurebook.com. Cannot get it anywhere else. There's a couple reasons for that. I want to keep some of these secrets to myself, but if you want to get the book, you'll have to go there. Joint ventures is basically teaming up with another investor who wants to purchase a property. Perhaps they bring some equity, you bring the mortgage qualification, and you're able to purchase the property. Maybe they bring the equity and the mortgage qualification, and you do all the work on the property. However you want to split it, it's another way of being able to purchase a property. It's a creative strategy, and it enables you to be able to get that first rental property if you own the house. All right, those are the 6 tips, 6 creative strategies for being able to purchase a rental property, your first one if you own a house. Have a great day, have a great evening, We'll see you on the next episode of GetRealWealthy.com, and have a great day.
Make sure to check out GetRealWealthy.com.
Until next time, I'm Quentin D'Souza. Get out there and take action. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are provided for information purposes only and should not be construed as an offer to buy or sell any securities or to make or consider any investment or course of action. For more information, go to GetRealWealthy.com.